to my channel. So today's video is going to be a video that has been on my list for a little while because I have seen it here going around on YouTube. So I thought I would do the Instagram versus real life makeup video. Basically, it's where you do half of your face, super full coverage, as much makeup I feel like as you can put on and make it look so full glam, and then a everyday what you wear in real life makeup as minimal as you could without applying no makeup at all. I've been wanting to do this video for a while, so I'm happy that I did it, and I love the way it turned out. It's so cool to see the transformation of makeup and like how you can make yourself look so different, you know? And I absolutely love the way that it came out. And yeah, so if you guys want to see how I created these makeup looks, then go ahead and keep watching. Every time I haven't filmed in like a week, I always like stutter when I get on camera. But I have all the products laid out in front of me. I have drugstore products that I'm going to be using for my real life makeup side, and then I have full coverage high-end makeup that I'm going to be using for my Instagram side. I'm going to do my everyday side just to kind of get it out of the way because it's quicker than like a full coverage makeup look, but I do prime both sides, and I'm using my NYX Angel Veil Primer. I've been using this. I'm obsessed with it because I actually do prime every single time I wear makeup. I have so many pores, and I just feel like right now my face is really broke out. So there's a lot of texture going on. So I end up priming my skin anyways when I wear not so much makeup. I basically prime every day. So I'm going to be priming my everyday side and my full coverage Instagram makeup. Priming makes your makeup go on a lot smoother, and it just gives your skin something to hold on to. So for the foundations, I'm going to be using the Estee Lauder foundation as my Instagram side, and then I'm using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation for my everyday side because I do wear this when I go to work and when I go to school because it's a lot more of a coverage for me. Then Wet n Wild is more of like an everyday wearable foundation that's like not that's I can't talk. That is not that full coverage, but it does give like medium to full coverage. Go ahead and apply that. It's feeling weird like putting only some product on the side of my face. It's kind of awkward. Go ahead and blend that out with my beauty blender. But yeah, I do really like this foundation. Not as full coverage as I like and prefer. My two top like full coverage foundations would have to be the Estee Lauder one and my Kat Von D foundation, just because they're really full coverage, and that's the look that I always go for. So this is more of like an everyday wearable foundation. Same concealer on both sides just because it's the concealer I've been using, but I have realized, I think, if I'm wrong, they did change the packaging on this, first of all. Second of all, I really feel like they changed the formula of this concealer. This is the Hard Candy Glamouflage concealer. I absolutely die over this concealer and the foundation, but it just feels like it's so dry now. Like it's a lot more thicker than it used to be, and I just feel like it's really dry and patchy when I put it under concealer. Foundation here with me, but I'm going to be using this foundation as a concealer today just because it's more of like an everyday wearable versus like this is like so full coverage and dry. I'm thinking about returning it. I've only used it twice, and I just feel like it's really dry, but I do still use it. I just have to keep spraying my rose water spray just to kind of like bring the hydration back. The Hard Candy Glamouflage foundation as a concealer for my everyday side. The color is in Ivory, and I'm just going to pump a little bit on the back of my hand. My body is self-tanned, so this color obviously is not going to match me because it's pretty light. And I'm just going to go ahead and pat that underneath my eyes, and the color is a lot lighter than the foundation that I'm wearing, so that's really nice. But the coverage is a little bit different than the foundation and the concealer. Like the concealer is so full coverage. Like, I'm kind of like scared that it's so full coverage. Just like you're rubbing like clay on your face. Set that. I'm using my L'Oreal Hydro Perfect powder. I use this stuff every single day. This stuff is really nice for setting your makeup and baking. Just put it in the lid like so, and then I take the same beauty blender that I use to apply it, and I just start baking with it. And I just pack it under my eye, contour that side. This
shirt is like really annoying me. You know, shirts that like have the sleeve, but then they have like little strap. It's kind of annoying.
The two darker brown shades in the palette, and I'm going to be contouring with my favorite contour brush right now, my Mangle brushes that I ordered on Amazon. I literally do this every single day. Blush, and I just go ahead and highlight. And I don't use 2 highlighters. I only use 1 when I am doing my everyday makeup. I just use my J-Cat Beauty highlighter in Pink Goddess, and then I just glow up like that. This is like a simple, like you have a little bit of highlight going on, a little bit of contour just to add a little bit of structure to your face so it's not as like bare and like, you know what I mean? You feel a little put together with this look. New brush holders, they are so freaking cute. Just blend out the powder I use to set my under eye, fill in my brows just a little bit. I use the same brow product every single day for my full grown brow that I do on the everyday full side for Instagram, and then this I just barely even fill it in. Every day I normally don't really ever fill in my brows, but I do like outline them just a tad like I'm doing right now, and then kind of just give myself an arch, like blend what I just did in with my brow, just because I feel like, I don't know if I've ever talked about it, but this hair right here is not as full as this brow hair, so I kind of have to fill this one in a little bit more. You guys can tell, like, this just looks a little bit more alive, and this one's just like bare and naked. It's weird applying it on half, but I apply my Burt's Bees. This is the really minty one. I don't wear like a full face, like just this is my everyday look. I still like to wear a lipstick. This is the Milani lipstick in Matte Naked. I literally lost this lipstick for a while and I finally found it yesterday. Natural lip, and then I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes, and I am just using my favorite lash curler of all times. A few pumps. As you can tell, this is the world's greatest eyelash curler. Lash accelerator from, this is Rimmel London. Yeah, Rimmel London. I just wiggle it a little bit, but I don't actually like coat all my lashes. Like I literally just run the brush through like that. This is more of like a running out the door. I'm gonna be late to work or school. This is my everyday makeup look. Like literally, this is all I go for. Contour, highlight, not so full of a coverage foundation, my brow barely filled in, and just some mascara. And I don't even put mascara on my bottom lashes. To the Instagram side, since I've already primed, I'm gonna go ahead and start applying foundation. Like I said, I'm taking my Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation, the shade Bone. Just gonna go ahead and apply a little bit of it since I'm only doing half of my face. The coverage of a beauty blender more than I do an actual brush, so I don't ever use brushes to apply my makeup. But I'm just gonna go ahead and start patting that. Foundation is a little bit lighter than my body right now since I am self-tanned. It's lighter than the Wet n Wild foundation I just put on the other side of my face. But that's okay because I'm not wearing this makeup in public. I'm actually going to be going ahead and applying some of this, but I'm going to show you guys the way that I've been dealing with it since it is a little bit more dry for me. Like it's so pasty, but I've been applying it every day with my finger, and I just feel like the coverage is a little bit different. When you apply it with your finger versus a beauty blender, it's just dry. So see how patchy it looks? Like, I don't understand. So I bake both sides just because that's how I set my concealer now. I'm just like a baking queen, you know? Everyday powder brush, and then I just go ahead and set the makeup. I don't normally set my everyday makeup, but I do set my full coverage so that way it doesn't go in any fine lines or anything like that. Done my foundation and concealer. I'm gonna go ahead and start contouring. Really heavy on Instagram makeup, and when I want to wear full coverage makeup, I go really heavy on contouring, highlighting, blush, everything like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the same contour kit, Anastasia, the same brush, and I just deepen this up a little bit more. I apply a lot more than I do for my everyday. Go under my jawline. Nose contour, I use my e.l.f. contour brush. I've been loving this recently. And I just dip it in the same colors, tap off the excess, and I just contour. Blush, I've been using the Wet n Wild Color Icon Ombre Blush, and this is in the color, what color is this? The Princess. Ooh, it's in the Princess color. So it's really shimmery and ombre-ish, and it's pink. I don't know. I like anything pink. So really heavy on the blush as well because I really want my pictures to pop on Instagram. I just want you to be able to see like my blush, and I want you to see my contour, and that highlight, of course. So highlight, I actually mix 2 highlighters together when I'm going for a full coverage Instagram makeup. Sorry, my phone went off. Highlighting fan brush. I'm taking Becca's Champagne Pop and I just start highlighting away. I apply a lot of highlight. If you know me in real life, you're like, damn girl, you apply enough. But you really want your highlight to show up on pictures, so I always apply from like this part of my face up, and then I make sure I bring it into like the C shape right here, because you always want to be able to see your highlighter from like the side of your face like this. Like if you're looking this way, you want to always be able to see your highlighter. And I apply it on my nose and then above my lip, of course. Working on my brows. The Saucier Brow Wiz. Always use this thing. I swear I use it every day. And it's in soft brown if you guys are wondering. So for Instagram, I always want to make my brows just look longer. So I start drawing them pretty far out. And then if I was filling in my other side, it would be starting right here. So I basically make my brow longer so that way it looks better and it has like an actual arch. It's easier to make a brow. That sounds weird. It's easier to like make a brow and give yourself an arch versus drawing in what you have, because it's not going to be even on both sides, if you know what I mean. So my Glamouflage concealer stick, and I basically just run the pencil underneath. This has been a lot easier using this pencil than actually using a concealer, because I tend to
Race, if you want to say it, like I did just one finger.
Erase part of my brow when I actually use a liquidy concealer versus this pencil. It just makes it so much easier. Flat shader brush, and then I just go ahead and start angling it, and then I just kind of start blending out the concealer that I just applied, and it just helps carve out the brows and just makes it look really nice and highlighted, which you definitely want to have that pop in your pictures on Instagram.
Damn, we can see that you carved out your brows. You know what I mean?
Powder brush, and I basically just sweep it like that just to blend any harsh lines out and make it a little bit more soft, glowy, and natural every day. And then this side is like,
holy cow, like contour and highlight on fleek.
Guys, the first thing that I always do, I feel like I do my makeup so backwards, but I've been using the NYX Wonder Pencil. This is like my favorite pencil for my lower lash line, waterline, just like that, and that just really pops your eyes, just opens them up, makes them a little bit more brighter. You look wide awake in your pictures, and it's better than wearing black with a deep, intense eye, if you know what I mean. Favorite blending brushes at the moment, and I'm going to be using my Naked 3 palette. I've been using it a lot recently. I have gone back to my second love of my life instead of my chocolate bar, and I'm taking the color Nooner. I've been using that a lot. It's like a purpley pinkish mauve, and then I'm just starting the shadow like way up in my crease. I do have like a hooded eyes, if that's what you guys call it. It just really helps it stand out. Color Dark Side, I think, and it's the second to last shade in the palette. This other brush that's like similar to it but a little bit more wide, and I'm taking the Dark Side shade, and then I just basically go in. It's a little bit more precise, so I can kind of deepen up the crease just a tad. My e.l.f. palette, and I've been wearing this a lot for pictures. I can kind of talk about more where I've been this past week, since I did tell you guys in my previous videos that I was going to be posting weekly, but then I had a loss of a close friend in my family this week, so I haven't been able to film. But I have been using this row of shades right here because my friend Victoria, who passed away, this is her favorite color, purple. So I've been using this little tiny brush and just applying the little bit of purple on my lid. And this really pops with my green eyes on Instagram, like OMG. This is the liner. I'm not even going to try and pronounce it because I don't know how to say it. But I've just been applying a thin line. I'm just going to apply a thin line and then a little wing. Curl my lashes and apply mascara and some falsies. Apply a lip color. This is Kat Von D's Bow and Arrow. I overdraw it a little bit because I have really tiny lips. I use this for more bigger lashes, and I'm just going to go ahead and wiggle that through, and I'm just coating them a couple times before I apply lashes. If you don't put mascara on before you put your lashes on, I feel like they don't blend as well. Apply my lower lash mascara. My lashes, these are the Kiss lashes. I don't know what number. I've used them a couple times. I need to get some new ones because been doing a lot of crying this week, so they're getting ruined. But I'm taking my Duo Adhesive Dark Tone Lash Glue. Pretty much it for this video. I feel weird with like super full coverage makeup and then this side looks so bare and sad, but that just shows like the power of makeup and like how you can really transform yourself and make you look like a completely different person without getting any surgeries done. This like kind of fluffy bigger brush looks kind of funny, but I just take my Milani eyeshadow and just dip it in there, and then I just put it on my lip. A little bit ombre, you know? That completes this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed. If you guys have done a Instagram versus real life video, be sure to leave a link to it down below in the comments. I would love to see it and see how crazy we both look, how full coverage you can look and put together, and this one is just more like what you would wear every single day. So thank you guys so much for tuning in for my new video. If you guys enjoyed, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you are new, I do post videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I don't think I have anything else to say, but I love you guys and I hope you all are doing very well, and I will talk to you very soon in my next video.